Alrighty guys, for this first example, we've got Khan the Betrayer leading a unit of Khorne Berzerkers, and we've got this entire Tau army arrayed in front of us, and our target that we want to kill this turn is this Riptide. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to use the Berzerker Slingshot to get in. Now, our opponent has been very clever, and they've put the Riptide further than 26 inches away from Khan the Betrayer, which means that even with a 6 on his advance roll and a 12 on his charge roll, he would not be able to declare a charge into this Riptide. However, because this Piranha is nearby, we're actually going to use it to Slingshot Khan to get additional movement and tag that Riptide. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll our advance, and we roll a healthy 6. So that means that every model in that unit can now move 14 inches, and basically the first thing you want to do is you want to move Khan 14 inches to get him as close to the Riptide as you can, without getting too close to this Piranha, and I'll explain that in a moment. Then you basically want to move a few of the guys that are on this side up real close to the Piranha, but everybody else you want to move their 14 inches, which gets them just past the wall, and staying farther away from that Piranha. So, something like this. All right, now that we've moved them, we're going to declare a charge, and we're just going to declare our charge into the Piranha. So the whole unit is just going to declare into the Piranha. And we're going to roll our charge distance. We're going to spend a CP to reroll that 3, because that's rough, and that's not going to help us achieve what we want. And we rolled a 9. So that's a pretty healthy charge. And now basically, because that Piranha was the target of our charge, everybody that can base contact it must, right? However, where Khan is positioned, his 9 inches would get him to here, which is not in base contact, which means he can move in any direction he wants, as long as he ends his move closer to this Piranha. So he's actually going to move 9 inches this way, ending right here, because that is now technically closer to the Piranha, because he's moved in like a circular motion. You might have to move a little bit more like that, but yeah, he's now moved. And then we can move one guy in here to base contact the Piranha. And now basically every other one of these models has to move to base contact the Piranha if they can. However, they can't break coherency with that move. So you must leave sufficient guys to get that coherency in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these back 2 guys with the big chain axes that also are too far away from the Piranha to make their 9-inch base contact. So they're going to move 9 inches over this way to keep up with Khan. This guy's going to move 9 inches to there. This guy here also couldn't make base contact with 9 inches, so he's going to move over to here. And then we're going to move these guys in like so, because they can make base contact. That guy goes in there, he can make base. And then these guys, now that all of these guys are in the way, these models here won't be able to make base contact with the Piranha, so we can use them to string and keep our unit in coherency. So now we've done our charge move, we move into our pile-ins, and because when you pile in, you must pile into the closest enemy model, and you must make base contact if you can, we're going to activate this unit to fight. It's going to use its pile-ins, and now Khan, who's well within 3 inches of this Riptide, can pile in. This Berzerker piles in behind him. This guy piles in behind him. Something like so. And now, we've completed our pile-in moves. We're still within coherency. We've got 4 guys that are going to fight the Piranha, and then Khan and these 3 are going to fight that Riptide and hopefully rip its head off. So as a result, Khan is now engaged with a unit that's further than 26 inches away from where he was. So by all traditional means, that would be an impossible charge.